So here it is in front of you. I hope my screen is visible to you. Kindly do respond if it's not. We were reading yesterday about how to change the pronoun and what conjunction to be used when we remove the inverted commas when it's time to change it from direct to indirect one. Can you please tell me, any one of you, kindly unmute and tell me that subject first person is changes according to the which part of the reporting verb?
Ma'am, subject.
And second person,
Ma'am, object.
Object.
and the third person.
Ma'am, it
Ma'am,
doesn't
no
change.
change.
Good.
Ma'am, no
Very nice.
change.
No change. What we put when we remove inverted commas, instead of inverted commas in indirect speech, what we use?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
that.
conjunction. That
We use
if
conjunction.
That.
Most of the time it's that, but not always we use that. Okay. In interrogative, we use something else. Okay. Now, tell me one thing more. There is a rule that if the tense of the reported verb is in present or future, then the tense of the reporting speech will.
Not change.
not change.
Okay. And if the tense of the reporting verb is in past tense, then the tense of
Corresponding
the reporting
should
verb
be here.
is
Change.
changed according to the correspondence tense. So we had left where we were discussing that which tense changes into which one. So simple past changes into simple present, changes into
Simple past.
simple continuous,
Past continuous.
perfect,
Past perfect.
Past perfect.
and present perfect continuous.
Past perfect continuous.
Okay. Now tell me, past perfect tense, past simple changes into,
Past perfect.
and past perfect tense changes into.
Past perfect continuous.
Rest all the class is sleeping. Wake up, it's 10 o'clock. Good morning. Wake up, do respond, ninth class. It's for you. It's not for me. These are the nominative, possessive, and objective cases. I had shared this PDF already in your Google Classroom. I hope that you had done the changes. So here are the rules. First person changes according to the subject of the reporting verb. Second person changes according to the object of the reported verb. And the third person never changes. So how to change the verb or a tense? If the reporting verb isn't given in present or the future tense, then there is no change in the tense of the reported speech. But if it is given in the past, then the tense will change according to that. Now we will analyze the changes. Here we are having the 9 changes. Okay, you had done very well. You had answered very well. Hope you know. Cause when I say that Ram said, if I said Ram said, let me type here. This is an example. Ram said, I went to market. Got it? Now we have to change this sentence. So I will place Ram said. First of all, analyze that the reported verb is said. So it is in past tense. So automatically the tense of the next part of the sentence, that is reporting speech, will get changed. First of all, we will remove all the punctuation marks, means inverted commas, and in place we will place that. I is the first form. I is the first person. So first person changes according to the
Subject.
subject. So which is the
Ma'am,
subject
in
in this
place of
sentence?
ma'am, he. Ma'am, in place of I, we will put he.
He. Okay, he. Now, main part of the changing of direct indirect, which most of the students mistook. Ram said, you know that the reported verb is in past tense. Simple past. I went to market. I went to market. Subject. Went means second form of the verb plus object. So you can analyze the sentence. First of all, मैंने आपको सबसे पहले टेंसेस पढ़ाए. क्यों पढ़ाए? ताकि आपको सेंटेंस की पहचान हो. Now analyze the sentence. I went to market is a simple past tense. Now read the rule. Simple past changes into past perfect. Okay? So past perfect का फॉर्मूला कोई बताएगा जल्दी जल्दी से? Hurry up. Hurry up. Subject plus
Ma'am, had been plus verb. Ma'am, first form of verb plus ing.
that is past perfect continuous. I'm talking you about only past.
Ma'am, subject plus had plus
Third form of
plus
the verb plus
Plus object.
Okay.
an object.
Now, as we know that we need to change simple present. The sentence in the question is in past simple form, and we need to change that sentence into the past perfect form. So, recalculate the formula of past perfect in your mind and change this sentence. He had
Gone to the market.
to
the market.
He has gone to market. Full stop. So now, if you read this sentence, you will not wonder that from where this had come, from where this, how this went changes into gone, isn't it? Now
Yes,
you know.
ma'am.
Now you know the rule, because we had analyzed the sentence. Ram said. First of all, we analyzed reported verb. Reported verb said. Said is a past form. So the tense we have to change. Otherwise, if it will be written like Ram says, then in that case, we no need to change the tense. Rather, we will change the pronoun, we will change the punctuation marks, but tense will remain the same because the reported verb is already in present or future. But in this case, especially, Ram said, from the word said, you came to know that the reported verb is in a past tense. So the next job of ours is that we will analyze the tense of the reporting sentence, rest reporting speech. I went to market. So analyze the sentence. I is a subject, went is a second form, and to market is an object. So ma'am has taught us that subject plus second form of the verb plus object is equal to past simple. So according to the rule, past simple will get converted into past perfect. Now ma'am has told us in the class that past perfect formula is subject plus had, third form of the verb and object. So according to that formula, you have to change the sentence. Any difficulty?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now consider this sentence. Ram said. Again, the same sentence. I'm writing in another form. I had gone to the market. I had gone to the market. Full stop. Now change. Ram said. Remove punctuation marks. Remove punctuation marks and place conjunction that. As you know that I will changes according to the I is the first person and first person changes according to the subject and subject is Ram. Since Ram is a male gender, so we will use he. अगर यहाँ सुनीता होता तो we will use she. Now analyze. Now comes your duty. That said is telling us that it is past tense. So we need to change the tense also. So how to change the tense? Now here the examiner has given us I had gone to the market. Let us find out the tense of this sentence. So the tense says subject plus had plus third form of the verb plus object. Oh, it's a past perfect tense. So past perfect tense according to the rule of narration changes into
Past perfect continuous.
past perfect continuous. So what is the formula of past perfect continuous?
Ma'am,
What is the
subject plus had been plus first form of verb plus ing.
Very nice, very nice. Subject plus had been plus first form of the verb plus ing plus object. Now please change this sentence into the past perfect continuous. He had
Had been going to market.
Had been going to the
very
market.
good.
Going to the market.
Going to the market. You know, very interesting fact. When I was a kid, I always wonder that how this had changes into had been. From where we get this had been? Why the second form changes into the had? What's the reason behind that? So later on, when I came to know about the rule, then my mind get clear that it's a rule in the grammar. There is no hard and fast trick for it. Many a times when you got your question paper or your test paper, what you do is many students they changes sentence randomly. What suits according to the sense, they just place it. Many a times. I know that many a time you have already done this thing. Even me too. When I was a kid, when our concepts are not clear, we used to do such things. Whatever suits, whatever comes to our mind, कुछ भी लगा दिया. Was, were, being. मेरे तो बहुत खराब थे tenses and ये. But when I start teaching, I overcome my weakness because of practice. I practiced. I revised rules. Now, the stage after revising so many times, there comes a stage when you don't require a book to teach. Here is one mistake. Past continuous changes into past perfect continuous. I was going to the mark it. Past perfect and past perfect continuous never changes. So now there are some exceptions. Exceptions of what? Exceptions of universal truth. If the sentence says you about any habitual action, any universal truth, then there is no change in the tense of the sentence. No change in the tense. Then rather we will change we will replace the inverted commas with the conjunction. We will change the pronoun, but we will never change the tense in case of any habitual fact and the universal truth. Like our teacher said, the earth is round. Now, मैंने आपको पढ़ाया, अगर आप यहाँ said देखें, past tense देखें, तो next sentence का आपने tense change करना है. But in this case, the tense will not change. Why? Because the statement, the earth is round, says us a universal truth. ये तो एक बिल्कुल permanent बात है कि earth round है. It will never get flat. It will never get triangle or rectangular. So the earth is round means it's a universal truth. So our teacher said that the earth is round. Now in this case, you cannot say this thing that ma'am, here we are using said, so we can write the earth was round. No, it's a universal fact. So no need to change the tense of the reporting speech. Next is Rajiv said to me. Rajiv said to me, he plays with right hand. So indirect form में हम कैसे लिखेंगे? Rajiv told me. Said to is changed into told. Told me that. Now he plays with right hand is a habitual action. It's his habit that he is a right-handed. He is a right-hander. It's his habit. Like you can use any other sentence. He gets up early in the morning every day. That's also an habit. He walks very fast. That's also an habit. So in those cases, we will not change the tense of the sentence. Like you cannot write he played with the right hand. No, it's a habitual fact. So you need to keep the tense as it is. Now the second exception. First exception is of the universal truth and the habitual fact, and now the second exception. If the reporting speech has past historical fact, then there is no change in the tense. Past historical fact. Like our teacher said, Ashoka left war after the conquest of Kalinga. Okay? Now analyze this sentence and tell me one thing. Any one of you, please tell me, Ashoka left war after the conquest of Kalinga. Kindly observe the tense of the sentence and tell me which tense is this.
Ma'am, past.
Past simple. Very nice. Past simple. When we change a sentence of past simple from direct to indirect, which form it takes?
Past perfect.
Past perfect. But here we know that Ashoka left war after the conquest of Kalinga is a true historical fact, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So we will not change the tense and we will not write like that Ashoka had left. No. This is wrong. Our teacher said that Ashoka left war after the conquest of the Kalinga. So, your tense in this sentence will not change because this sentence tells you something about the past historical fact. Clear? Any doubt?
No,
Can you
ma'am.
frame can you frame any other example of past historical fact? Hurry up. Our teacher
Ma'am,
said,
ma'am,
yes.
our teacher said that Taj Mahal was built by Shah Jahan.
What's your name?
Ma'am, Tejasvi.
Tejasvi, it's a coincidence that I was thinking of the same sentence, same exact sentence to tell you all that our teacher said that Taj Mahal was built by the Shah Jahan. So it's a historical fact and you cannot deny it. So had built, you cannot do that. Okay. So my think alike, Tejaswini. Good. Now the third exception. First exception is of habitual facts, habitual acts, and the universal truth. Second is of historical facts, and now the third one is two actions to be happening at a time when there is no change in the tense. I had told you when there are two actions are happening at the same time, you cannot change the tense. Like my wife was making lunch when I was studying. So in this case, my wife was making lunch is one action. She was studying is a second action. And both the actions are running side by side. So in this case, we will not change the tense. She said that her, he said that, here we have to do he. He said that her wife was making lunch when she was studying. When he was studying. Okay. Now the fourth exception. If reporting speech has some imagined condition, then there is no change in the tense. Means imagine, which is not real, fictitious or imagined condition, then no need to change the tense. She said, if I were rich, she said, if I were rich, I would help him. She said that if she were rich, she would help her. But make sure one thing, beta, it is not like that I'm saying that no need to change the tense. But in any case, in all the cases, you need to change the pronoun. You need to remove the inverted commas, place the conjunction. But pronoun will get changed in any condition. There is no condition where you cannot change the pronoun. Okay. The fifth exception, if reporting speech contains had, third form, to infinitive and would, could, should, must, might, or to means this type of words, then there is no change in the tense. Like, she said to me, you should obey your elders. So this is obligation. But make sure that you will change the pronoun. You is a second person. Second person changes according to the object. Object is me. So she told me that I कहाँ से आया? Cause we need to change you into me, and for me we use I. That I should obey. Your will changes into my. My elders. The possessive case of me is my. Now time and place. Time change होता है. Here will changes into there. If you are having we, he come. So you will convert it into indirect form like he go. Okay. Tonight, if there is a word in the direct speech tonight, so when you are going to change into the indirect speech, you will have to change it like that night. Come is changed to go if there is some word given after come that shows nearness. If this here and now points to such a thing, place or time that is front of the speaker, then no change take place in indirect narration. Like here. Conjunctions. These are the rules. I hope that you had gone through all the rules and you had practiced. So today you have to practice at least 20 direct indirect. Okay. So this is enough for today. I will upload a Google form in your Google Classroom. This material is already uploaded. Kindly read this material again and again, and this much that you will know the rules by heart. Okay? So after the class, I will upload the Google form. Kindly fill it positively and do practice at least 20 direct indirects today. Okay? See, it's up to you. I'm not there with you, but it is your honesty, it is your integrity that how well you will practice. It's all about you. I have done my part very well. Now it's up to you. How will you take it up? Kindly leave the class now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.